is no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories?
That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories. Yes.
It's crazy, Eddie. I didn't even know that they made this car anymore. I did not know. I thought that they had discontinued this.
The Yugo?
No. Have you seen the Kia abortion?
Oh, yeah.
It is crazy. The Kia abortion it's brave, obviously brave. They have it has a it's actually what's great is that it's amazing, especially now that these gasoline prices are going to shoot through the roof because tariffs. Is it actually works on fetus meat. And you put it through the top of like a blender type thing at the very back.
Sit on it, like in Back to the Future, they had the thing where Doc Brown put in all the trash, except for you put your hoo-ha over it.
Yeah, if you've got a boardie that's ready to slide out that's been unmoored and unanchored.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because even just first of all, I did not know that Casey Anthony was such a gearhead.
Oh, she loves it.
Because she had it, the fact that she's even driving around with one, I didn't even know that was street legal anymore.
Yeah, and
she must know Jay Leno.
Well, she works with Kia. She's their new spokesperson.
Oh, that actually makes so much sense because on the roads.
Yeah, because she Kia her child.
She Kia'd, yes, and got away with keying, which is one of the worst things you can do.
Was it a Kia that she had? No,
it was some other car. I'm making a joke. I actually can't even really tell right now. I just know that on the road, and you can come at me on this, sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. There's only one driver worse than a Tesla driver, and that is a Kia driver.
Whoa, I'm afraid I'm going to have to come at you because I used to have a Kia Sophia.
Yeah, well, that's different. You wanted to be Italian.
Yeah.
She drove a Pontiac Sunfire.
Italian.
Thanks for the memories. I got you, Eddie.
They're Korean.
Welcome to Side Stories.
We flipped the car, by the way, so that's not the best example.
No,
I wasn't driving. Someone else was driving.
Thank you.
And then they flipped the car and we were stuck on our side, and I remember they just flipped my car because they wanted to look at the CDs as I was changing the CDs, and I remember they flipped the car and then we're sitting on our side and they're like hanging because they had their seatbelt on and they were hanging, and then they're like, I gotta take my belt off. I'm like, if you take that belt off, you're gonna crush me. They're like, I gotta take my belt off. It's like, if you take your belt off, I'm gonna kill you. I'm already very mad at you. And then I talked some people into pushing our car back right side up.
My name's Henry Sprowski. I'm sitting here with the awful storyteller Ed Larson.
I feel like that would be a better story if you didn't make me rush through it.
It's just because I was in the middle of the most practiced, hardest part of my job.
Which is what?
Saying the name of this fucking show.
Side Stories?
Yes.
Oh.
It's the hardest part of hosting.
I mean, it's easy for you to remember because you're so involved with the SS.
Not anymore. Not according to your fantasies, Eddie. We've got a lot of stuff. So much messaging in on these beer wench dresses that you're obsessed with.
Drindle Trockton House and then some nice options. Thank you so much for people who sent in the German beer hall dresses for my wife.
For his wife, he's been sexualizing in a kind of antique way.
Here's the thing. I mean, I don't want Julie to look like a Hummel.
No. You want to look like a Hummel you can fuck. A Hummel.
These, I would say these, how do I say, the breasts don't heave as much as I'd like them to. I want more, just like, I want like her breasts to heave so much they're like at her ears.
Well, I think the way you do that is, is you can handle that yourself, buddy. You just cut a hole in that.
Well,
you just cut the window into the top of that thing that you want, right? And that's when you present the dress, but you don't give her the option necessarily to choose what neckline she wants.
I want a push-up bra so well, that works so well, her tits are like a hat.
Oh, great. Oh, that's easy. Honestly, that's just ribbons.
Yeah.
That's just ribbons. You just tie it behind her head.
So I think what I was actually looking for is ribbons.
Oh, yes, I think so.
So if you could send in some breast ribbons.
He's looking for breast ropes
for my wife. So if you could find anything that really would help with that, I'd appreciate that. The Drindle dresses are very nice. I might actually just buy her one. I just couldn't see a world where I give her this and she doesn't like look at me and possibly hit me.
No, she'll be upset with you, especially when you tell her your brutalist fantasies where you want to be a dying Jewish man
No.
and she's a friendly Bavarian woman that has either found you after you've escaped from the concentration
I feel so sorry
camps.
for you, boy.
But I just feel like you're just so like, and I mean this.
Taken to the woods.
I mean this in the nicest way, Eddie. But
I live in the woods. I need a new forest wife.
when you look in the mirror and you see yourself, it's
Yes.
going to be hard. Especially like, are you going to draw little numbers on your arm?
No, I never got caught. That's the thing. I'm living in the woods.
Oh, you're saying you were always
I will die before you take me, baby.
That's what he needs. Also, I've got a lot of people sending in stuff about Stalag fiction, the Stalag finish. I don't know how you quite pronounce it.
Yeah, no, that's
But this
not,
is exactly
I don't like
what you're
that.
looking
No,
for.
this isn't what I'm looking
It's
for.
pornographic
I
Nazi
re-
exploitation
I
books.
read it, but these women are Nazis.
Exactly.
I like a German woman.
What do you
who
think the
just
Bavarians
happens
were?
to live in Nazi Germany.
Guess what
who
happens?
doesn't believe
If you're not-
in their views.
And if you're actively fighting it, you're one of them.
What do you mean?
That's what the Drindle women are. Even though, yeah, they might be apolitical because they have their
Not
ghost nipples.
apolitical. They hate it.
No, they don't. There's
They're
no way.
hiding other guys.
There's no way they'd be allowed into the Drindles if they hated it.
Oh, come on. Everyone gets a drindle if you're blonde or redheaded enough.
No, the Bavarians are even more hateful than the city-based bar wenches.
The pretzel
Look at this.
people?
I could just see Eddie putting his face on this little Jewish on the prisoner of this
These women
Stalag
are
magazine.
dressed like Nazis.
They have their tits out,
They look great.
and they actually aren't dressed like Nazis. They're dressed like something else.
She has a Nazi armband.
Oh, I thought that was just a fun X. Maybe that's my problem politically recently. Maybe it's my
That
big
you don't
problem.
understand the sight of a swastika?
No, honestly, I do understand it. I know it's supposed to be a target for bullets.
Yes. You know, how it's amazing. You know, the swastika and the Germans, they never turned the swastika into a pretzel.
Again, missed opportunities.
Totally missed opportunity. There was only a couple years where that would have really popped.
That's why they really needed capitalism. Oh, I
Yeah.
remember Ilsa, she Wolf of the SS. We almost saw this film.
What is this?
It's one of your favorite movies, Eddie.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, you would love it.
Wow.
You just never stop jerking off to it.
Whoa. It's got dogs and Nazi women?
You'd be surprised. I got some old documentaries I could show you as well. Some of them are pretty Exactly. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Now let's talk about.
How many? Did we just lose a bunch of subscribers?
Yeah, of course. Every time. Every
day.
time we speak.
Every day.
And if you want to see Eddie in a Drindle dress, he's going to be in one at the when we do our live show.
Well, I won't. But you got to dress like a little German boy.
I will.
You
And
see all these outfits? They got. I saw what this on the Drindle site. They're actually selling leather boy swim trunks.
I know it's
leather swim trunks, Henry.
it's so a boy drowns on vacation. That's the idea.
It attracts sharks.
They're all very thick. All of these are very thick. But
Yeah. Look at
is
that.
for our show.
Ooh, man. Well, we got to hurry up and buy this because we're going to be in Huntsville on March 16th at the LBC Center or the VBC Center, the Von Braun Center.
Yeah, you're going to love it. And we all love Werner von Braun, our favorite American.
Oh, my God. Is it named after him?
Yes.
Oh, I never put it together until this moment.
Yes.
It is named after. We're playing at a place named after a Nazi.
We made him American. All right. So we have to all know that's a fact. We're all sitting there.
Henry,
We've made him American.
This whole stuff with Julie is a joke. This is serious.
I actually think that
This
you'd
is
be surprised.
upsetting me now.
Natalie says this to me all the time. She tells me all this time about jokes. She's like, oh, you joke. You say it's just a joke. But I also heard you at one point say, Henry, all jokes are true. And I said, parts of jokes are true and thoughts behind jokes can be true, but this is just history, Eddie. Werner von Braun started this theater so that he could do his favorite play. I want to say he did The Wizard of Oz several times because it reminded him of his old boss.
Yes.
Because that was
Reenact Hogan's Heroes.
Adolf Hitler's one of his favorite movies was The Wizard of Oz.
There better be a sandwich shop in there called Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, oh my God, please. That would be amazing. Oh God, Satan Schnitzels.
I eat nothing.
Yeah, that's a great tag. It's a great tag for that. All right, so we did our plug. We discussed Eddie's lingering fascination sexually with Nazis, but now
I know we were going. This is blowing my mind. It's his theater.
yeah, buddy. Where do you think he got Annie got your gun?
Andy got your.
You know what I mean? Where do
Andy
you
got
think
your
he got?
A-bomb.
Yeah. Where do you think he got these? He's a showman. He always was. But we have to talk about another one of our favorite villains. She's back.
Oh God.
My texts have not stopped ringing. I mean it. The messaging I'm getting all day long, emails, DMs. My mom reached out.
Really?
Did you see Casey Anthony's on TikTok?
Everyone, why do you?
My mom even, she was just like, that horrible woman, but her skin looks so nice. And I was just like, no, I know, Mom, great. Also, why are you on the computer? I don't want her on the computer. But Casey Anthony, in case you live under a true crime rock, you now know that Casey Anthony has started a TikTok, and even worse than a TikTok, she has started a Substack. Now, Casey Anthony has decided to come out swinging at the top of this. I can't fucking believe this bitch. The Casey Anthony, let's just start. Just you can hear.
We play it?
I
Yeah.
wanna- let's go. Let's scrub through some of the video. You see her; she's very nervous up top because obviously she's so not used to public speaking.
Yeah, with her giant gold
Today
watch.
is Saturday, March 1st,
Turn her down.
2025. This is my first of probably many recordings on a series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011.
And a murderer.
And in this capacity,
Well, that was the
I
That's 2008.
feel that it's necessary if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate that I start to advocate for myself.
Yes, definitely.
And also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done.
Boo!
The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself. I'm doing this both personally for me, but in a professional capacity. Moving forward, the majority of what you will see will be me speaking in a professional capacity. My goal is to continue to help give a voice to people, to give people tools and resources that they can utilize so they actually know where they can turn to.
Now, Casey Anthony she's putting herself forward as a thing what they call a legal advocate
Yes.
or victim's advocate. This is a term you hear a lot, and it's a fraught term. It's hard, right? Because it's for people that largely don't have the resources to hire a lawyer or have been fucked up by the system for various reasons. Either they've been rolled through the CPS system, or they've been rolled through various things, and they need help. So these legal advocates are people that sort of come out, and some of them are on one side of the spectrum, where they have a lot of experience and training, education. A lot of them used to be lawyers or people that want to be in law enforcement, and they are looking to do pro bono work to help people. And I'm going to say that's one side of the spectrum.
Yes.
And on the other side of this,
Good.
yes, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
utterly fine.
Some people need help.
You do need help. It is hard when you don't have it. It's definitely difficult if you don't have the money.
You can't hire a lawyer. You have a public defender. If you're lucky, or you're getting sued and you don't have money to hire a lawyer.
Yes, but then on the other side of all of this, you have Casey Anthony. So now Casey Anthony is the exact worst problem that something like legal advocacy has, because it's Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
And the second you're standing next to Casey Anthony, you are involved in Casey Anthony's life, her baggage, every single thing attached to her. She is a human anchor and a child murderer.
Now, devil's advocate.
Ooh, so you're gonna. So this is
I'm
you.
just asking
you're
questions.
fighting for Casey.
I'm not fighting for her. I'm asking questions. If someone was accused of murdering their child, would Casey Anthony not be a really good legal advocate for them?
Oh, sure. Yes, absolutely. If you want that involvement. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you want that involvement, sure, it could be. If you're also what seems to be accused of murdering your child, and there seems to be heaps and heaps of evidence against you, but then you happen to also like sucking your lawyer's penis, I think that Casey would do it really, that she'd be perfect for you, because I do think that the most of Casey Anthony's legal information does come from her former lawyer's balls. And she believes that it has kind of spread through her brain. Now, I just important to know is that the worst part about something like this is because of the words victim advocacy.
Yes.
People need help. Right now, more than ever. We got, this divide's coming harder than you could possibly imagine. We are going to have more people having less and more people having more than ever before.
Yes. And when desperation hits, that's when crime goes up.
Of course.
Yeah, it's very natural.
And it's also very difficult. But another thing that then gets pushed onto those that don't have that much money is that when you are looking for somebody to help you, you feel, I think, a lot. You look at the term victim advocate and you're like, this is somebody who cares. This is somebody that wants to help no matter what it is that they think. They want to put aside their own lives and they want to altruistically help me. But I have to stress, I just got to let you get through your heads just a little bit, is that those people, it's why the grift is so hard in that world.
It is, and it does it a lot. And you see it in this world, and then you also see basically people in legal trouble that don't deserve it, or are victims, are very easily taken advantage of.
Easily manipulated. If you're in a desperate set of circumstances, you're looking for any help that you can get. So sometimes you're going to take whoever shows up. But the thing is that, again, why all this shit gets kicked to us is that you have to vet these motherfuckers so thickly.
You really do.
You need to, when you're getting something, just remember the statement, there's no such thing as a free lunch. You're going to have to pay for it in one way or another. So you just have to figure out what it is you're willing to pay. You look into these people, you read about, you call people that they've worked with.
Yeah.
You need to dig into the lives of the advocates that are working for you, because if you don't, you just have to know who these people are.
Yeah, a good way to do that, I always find, is like literally Google their name with the word scandal next to it.
Or just like that, or do the legwork. Call a guy's former boss.
Yeah.
Do it. Be like, who's this person? Send an email, because especially if you need help, that help also has to be good, because the worst part is that when you desperately need help, you need big money help.
Yeah.
You don't need the shitty guy the person who just rolls up from the fucking Petco that you met while you were getting your cat groomed, who said that she's got a lot of ideas about to help you with your tenant advocacy, because they don't know. Go to a real place, and especially don't go to Casey Anthony.
No, certainly don't go to Casey Anthony. And by the way, while you've been talking, it's beautifully said, by the way. I will say I've been trying to find out how to hire Casey Anthony, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, how do we get her? Yeah, because my back hurts.
There is no way.
Can we get her?
I've been
Because
Googling, I've been searching. I'm on like page 5 of Google. I don't know how to hire her.
I do believe that if you're in the Fort Lauderdale area and you have a Cybertruck, I think that if you wave $100 bill while driving a Cybertruck around Fort Lauderdale, she will just show up.
Yeah.
And so, like, you'd actually be surprised. I feel like she'll just materialize, being like, there's money and attention here.
Yeah.
Because-
Shots on us. If you say that, she'll eventually show up like a genie.
Oh, yeah, especially Zanny bars. She's got Zanny bars. She's going to love that shit. Just remember that Casey Anthony, if she actually gave a fucking shit, we wouldn't know she was doing this until she was doing it already.
Well,
just know that her sticking her dumbass face into social media to get herself back into the fucking news cycle, this is all this is doing. And yeah, we're doing it exactly what she wants, which is we are talking about her.
Exactly what she wants. We're telling her to go fuck herself.
But
people are definitely going to like this.
Well, because the problem is that there are unfortunately very dumb and innocent people that don't understand that this is a very bad person, and that what this person is going to do is hollow you out and leave you empty.
It's hard to remember that this, 2008 is almost 20 years ago.
Oh, I know.
There's a lot of people who are younger that just look like this is someone who triumphed over a bad thing and don't really realize how evil she actually is.
Yeah, dude. And I know we're supposed to be keep saying allegedly and all this kind of shit, but fuck that shit. I'm sick of this garbage, especially with Casey Anthony, because I don't care. Because you know what? Even if, all right, you go through all of this shit. Let's just say, in some kind of snowball's hell and chance, that she is innocent. You mean to tell me she wants more of this?
Yeah.
She wants more? She wants more scandal. She wants more attention. She wants to drag this up more. She wants to name her dead daughter again on a fucking
and say
social
she's
media.
standing up for her like she's still alive.
Like, yeah, fuck that bitch. Also, like, look, her Substack. Oh, good. You can go give her $100 a year for her Substack.
It's all about money.
It's always about money.
$10 a month for her horrible opinion.
Everything's a money grab. And this is the worst thing right now is that we're seeing everybody's doing everything for the sake of a money grab, which I do understand. There's no help coming, and it feels very, very scary. So everybody feels like they got to get in on the grift. But you got to understand the grift universe will eventually end.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's one way or another, buddy.
If you are a victim, I think it's very important. We've already said it. Know that people are coming for you. Because the fact that you're already a victim makes you an easy target. And when both of my parents died, I had people calling me nonstop, trying to get money out of me, telling me my parents owed them money and shit. People from fucking Egypt telling me that my mom was a cunt. It was crazy.
You know how many
this shit happens. And now the grift I see all the time is because we're lonelier than ever.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't go out. They don't associate social media. It keeps us connected, but we don't go to each other's houses. We don't see each other anymore. So people are actually very lonely. And so the grift I keep getting on my phone, and I'm smart enough to realize it's a grift, but people just start, hey, how you doing?
Oh, yeah.
You want to get sushi tomorrow from a number you don't know?
Yes.
And every time it's someone preying on other people's loneliness just to get you to respond. And then it starts off all easy because I've practiced responding because I'm curious. I'm like, oh, no, I'm fine. Who is this? Oh, you don't remember me? How did you not save my number? And stuff like that.
Yeah,
and they start blaming you for doing something wrong. And then the next thing you know, you're sending them fucking money.
Yep. And it's the same thing they do it to old people by sending them the weird phishing emails, and they're doing it to us now. You think you're past it. We all do. Yeah. We all think we're smart enough. We all think that we're savvy enough, that we know enough about how business sausage gets made and how the media goes. But you would be fucking surprised. I watch my obviously my reams and reams of body cam footage. One thing that also shows up all the time is at a foreclosure. There's always somebody that's there that's getting foreclosed, and it's sad, right? I don't like watching those necessarily, but I watch it for the quote unquote tenant advocates that just kind of show up. All of a sudden, it's just some person that is trying to jam their way in between all of these various things, thinking, and then you start to, the more and more you listen to them talk, you realize, oh, the woman that was the former tenant promised this person money. This woman's fighting, and then you realize, oh, no, she's doing this as some other long con into this person's life. And again, I'm not saying that they're all illegitimate.
No, they're probably mostly legitimate.
Mostly, but the thing is that being said, you have to fight for your fucking self.
Yeah.
You have to fight for yourself. You have to know who the hell it is you're talking to when you decide to put your name next to somebody else. Especially in any of these matters when it comes to, child custody or all
immigration.
Of this shit. Immigration. You need to fucking very much so trust who these people are.
Yeah, man.
So you got to do your homework.
I remember speaking of this, not to get too crazy on it, but speaking of immigration and people taking advantage of disparate people, when I was working down at the border, we wanted to interview a coyote. And just be like, well, let's talk to these fucking people.
Now, you're talking about the people that bring people across the border, not the dogs.
Not the dogs. I just want to hang. I don't want to interview. Coyotes is a hang, and then we're going to kill some roadrunners.
Yeah, dude, I want to fucking do shocks with the coyote.
Yeah. But the coyote who brings people across the border illegally, we wanted to find one, and the way we actually found one to interview was a immigration lawyer in Brownsville, Texas, knew the coyote. The coyote was his brother.
Yep.
And so he would sit there and he'd get people who get caught coming over the border, and then they would get sent back, and then he would give them right back to his brother, the coyote. It was a horrible little circle that they had going, and they were fucking evil as hell.
And they were paying
straight gangsters.
Oh yeah, and everybody's making money off of making money, and it's very difficult because again, who are we aiming towards? Extremely vulnerable people.
Yes.
People that are easy to roll.
And so if you
And
are
that's what they wanna do.
vulnerable, recognize it and know that people are fucking coming for you.
Because anybody could be one of these things. You could go. I looked it all up because obviously Joel helped me research. There are like programs that you could do to be a quote unquote legal advocate, but mostly there's like things that you could just fill out and you get a certificate.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, yeah, I'm a minister. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I'm also a minister.
same thing. You can just click. So it's as strong as being a priest.
Yeah.
And that brings us to our next bit of news.
Oh.
El Papu.
Papu!
El Papu is indeed the El Papu.
Yes, Pope Francis still almost dead as of this recording. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. I'd say curse aside stories, probably going to be dead by the time you hear this.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, but he's still alive. He suffered 2 new acute respiratory crises yesterday on
What
Monday.
was so cute about him? Do they have little mice in there? They're all hanging out.
Yes, copious amounts of mucus were pulled out of his lungs during 2
Cute.
bronchoscopies.
Wow.
I don't know how to say that. Bronchoscopies?
This is my question.
Yeah.
All right. You're with the Pope. He's going, bring me a boy, bring me a boy. And you're like, you're in the hospital. We can't kneel Papu. And they pull the mucus out of the Pope. Now, every other fluid out of the Pope is magical.
Yes.
You know, like you want to get kissed by the Pope, you want to get licked by the Pope, you want to be washed by the Pope, you want to get tongued by the Pope. Would not his mucus be holy?
Are we? Of course it is, first of all. But are we sure it's mucus? Could be cum. He could have swallowed cum and it could have went into his lungs. He could have sucked so much dick that there's cum in his lungs.
You're right.
And this
You're right.
is-
And I actually didn't even answer this question myself. I should have.
Yeah, sometimes when you suck a lot of dick, you could drown in cum. And that might be what's happening to Pope Francis right now.
Wow. I hope for his sake because, you know, in the end, he died doing what he loved.
Yeah. And you know what? And if the cum is holy, then he should be able to breathe through it because it's holy.
That's
There's holes.
well, sure.
It's-
That's funny. Yes, I knew what you're saying. But again, if the cum is holy,
Yeah.
I feel like he should have been healed. He should have been younger. I thought that the more dick he sucked, the younger he'd get.
Yeah.
Because right now, he is looking, sadly, a bit like Colin Farrell from The Penguin.
I mean,
And he's got
I
some...
mean, much worse.
He's
man.
got some penguin vibes
He's
going
got
on.
a fucking marshmallow head right now.
He is not looking good. And if anybody, I'm not going to spoil the ending
looks
of
worse than
Conclave.
Tootsie.
You know, he does. He is the Tootsie of popes. He is Pope Tootsie. If anybody's seen Enclave, I'm not going to Conclave. What'd I say?
Spoiler alert. You said enclave. You forgot the C before the...
What's an enclave? I think it's just a
it's a-
place people hang out.
Yeah, or like when rocks fall on a car.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that better. Conclave, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil the ending for you, but these bishops have they have the funniest thing they could do possibly in their hands.
Oh my God.
It is, we have a shot here to really shake things up. And that's why I'm putting forward my bid for new Pope Shakira.
Pope Shakira.
Whenever
I love
we would
Shakira.
be together, I'd be lead and could be
Shakira,
and
Shakira.
whenever you my dear, whenever.
She's in trouble, right?
She needs the money.
Well, I'll bail her out. What does she need?
She got in trouble with money somehow.
What? What does she need? What does she need help with?
I think
we
she-
need to help Shakira.
I think, she's not bankrupt, but like tax evasion or something.
I like that. Rob wrote in Shakira bankrupt into Google. First thing it says, no, Shakira's not
Tax
bankrupt.
fraud in Spain. That's her problem.
Oh, I can help you, Shakira.
Yeah, we can do whatever you need here on Side Story, Shakira. This is
tax fraud in
Yeah.
Spain. I thought that they all fucking just...
Yeah, how
How
many-
can you even do that in Spain?
how
I
much
thought-
shellfish do you need?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. How much pulpo are you supposed to give back a year?
I can't believe they actually catch people doing crimes with all the naps they take.
Seriously, and all
Yeah.
the tiny plates.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's like, who's got, in this economy, they're not having serving full dishes of food.
Yeah.
Shakira was indicted for tax fraud. She shouldn't be going to jail. Shakira can't go to jail.
She's going to be totally fine. She's Shakira.
Oh, she said that she was a resident of the Bahamas, of course. Her and Jeffrey Epstein in 2023. Oh, wow, she did it. She got a deal. She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
Oh, then she's fine.
No, Shakira's going to be fine. She's too Shakira.
Pope Shakira. Think about it.
Shakira, Pope, Shakira, Pope, Shakira.
She's having a hard time selling tickets. And if she goes out there, man, the first Pope with a GD badonkadonk. Because I was thinking about this with Lori Vallow.
The outfits aren't great for that.
Well, what do you mean?
The Pope outfits. You can't see ass through that.
No, well, Pope Francesco, whatever his name is, good, squeaky clean fucking...
Imagine a short skirt Pope.
Oh, God, that makes me hard. Like, just thinking about it would be so much fun. Because, the Pope, nice Pope, shithead, hypocrite Pope nice,
I thought Francis is the only nice Pope.
That's what I mean, hypocrite, Pope hypocrite. What he did was he technically revolutionized the papal outfit because he technically toned it down. He famously made it less opulent after Pope Benedict, the former openly Nazi Pope, who I actually even like even more because of the refreshing honesty, because he at least was just openly evil. Like the Pope Benedict, he was doing all the pomp and circumstance. He did all the big hats. He did all the ornate clothing. The Pope hypocrite, he kind of pulled it back a little bit.
Yeah.
But now I think if Pope Shakira gets in there, nothing I'd like better. Think about that.
I would love it if the next Pope wasn't pure evil.
Fuck that. No, only pure evil. More evil.
You think so?
Yes.
Makes it easier to hate the Catholic Church.
Dude,
we don't need them winning anything.
No, dude, I want them to step on the...
immediately talk me into it.
Yeah, I want them to step on the gas pump towards their own destruction. And the more chaos from the top, the more likely it's to shake apart. So
Steve Bannon. Be a great Pope.
Be a great Pope.
Pope Bannon?
Yeah, Pope flooding the zone. Yeah.
Biden. He's a Catholic.
I don't know.
He's available.
Biden can't,
He's old as hell.
I can't have having him kneel all the time.
Oh, he can't. He's the one person that doesn't have to kneel.
Think about how long that fucking mass is going to be with him shuffling. Hey, let me be clear. Yeah. Hey, listen here, Jack. I know I have a friend named Jesus Christ. All right? He used to work at a Mexican restaurant. hey, come here, Jack. Here, listen here, friend. Listen here, Papa Pooh. I'm gonna tell you something I know. All right, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Angela Merkel said the biggest set of ding dongs I've seen south side of my sweet wife.
Set of ding dongs.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not fucking
two dicks.
He fuck him. Fuck Biden. Fuck his fucking
honestly,
ass.
No, seriously. He's. God.
Fuck all of them.
Yes. Well,
every single fucking one of them.
Even the ones I like, I hate.
I hate everyone.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's a single leader I could remotely stand.
I like Bernie.
Fuck him, too.
I mean, yes, and he would second that.
I know.
He would tell you that. That's what makes him good.
Oh, he's going to go meet. Oh, yeah, Biden met with the Pope. Maybe that's what happened. Oh, he's so close.
Yeah, he's touching him. He's smelling him.
Oh, he sucked the last life out of him. That's what Biden thought.
That's how Biden made it through.
Whoa,
yeah,
Biden went up to him.
The Pope's energy.
Let me be clear. Pope hypocrite. A thinner. I'm going to give you the thinner decision. Whoa, he's sucking on his little baby hairs.
Yeah, the Pope's looking into his eye. They're touching foreheads in this picture.
This is literally...
And the Pope's looking into his eyes like, please don't kill me.
This is how I hang out with Carmen. Well, hopefully the Pope will die soon. Because then we can all go, oh, man, I just wish that we could vote from home.
Yeah, well, we don't get a vote.
No, we don't. No. Watch Conclave. I'm fascinated with because I'm a former Catholic turned Satanist, I am fascinated with the machinations of the Vatican.
I can't believe, as someone who hates Catholicism with every ounce of their body, I can't believe how much I liked Conclave.
You know what it is? I watch things that take place within the Catholic universe just because I know how jealous this makes Mormons. Mm-hmm. Like, Mormons wish they had this level of importance and pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, you can't be a pope with a backpack.
These Mormons are fucking slow. And so right now, if Catholics want to take the lead, I would say, I was thinking about this with Lori Vallow. So Lori Vallow thinks she's a goddess, which I find interesting because she's got absolutely no butt. And if you look at every single...
It's coming from a non-butt haver.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not a fertility god. But if you look at any version of any form of painting of a so-called goddess throughout pretty much all of humankind...
They got that tush.
Yes, which I find interesting. So if Catholicism wants to take the ring right now... tush forward.
Yeah.
If we could have a push forward papacy. I feel like maybe because what brings everyone together? A big, awesome butt.
Heinies bring everyone together.
Everybody
all
likes
the time.
and I feel like it's good for everybody.
Breasts do a good job too, but I
And-
feel like the Heinies really bring it together. Like even like
I'm a breast man myself, and I still think that for the Pope, he needs to have a big ass.
yeah, and then people who like to look at men, they also love a male Heine.
That's what I'm saying.
So Heine's good for everybody.
Everybody.
People like going. Some people go to baseball games just for the Heinies.
That's what I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
People in the stands.
Yeah, people in the stands.
Well, that's not the only mysterious almost death.
Yeah.
It's sad because, God, we'll
Well,
get him.
Yeah, get off your Pope box for 1 second.
I'm sorry. I just fucking, oh, God. I just love watching them die, and they don't happen enough.
It really is only going to be the fourth Pope we've seen die.
When did Pope John first die?
He died, and then we
before
got,
Pope
and then
John
we got
Paul II.
Benedict. So this is gonna be our third Pope. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
In our lifetime, this is only gonna be our third Pope.
And like our 9th president.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Pope. But the last one was, I think it was
Benedict was
John
last,
Paul
and then
II.
Pope John Paul
Yeah.
II. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, Pope John Paul II, he was 1978 before we were born.
Man, I'd love to see the corpses of each one of these old men.
It's not hard to see.
I'm just looking at a pantheon of old men faces. They're all the worst.
Yeah.
Kill each one.
They're all
Again,
popes and Leo.
let's get a big button.
Paul.
Let's get a big butt in the Vatican.
Yeah.
Now, sadly, someone's big butt is never going to go to the Vatican. That is the beloved movie star, now unfortunately passed, Gene Hackman.
Gene fucking Hackman,
Now,
dude.
no one ever
I
thought.
love Gene Hackman.
We all do. And I don't think any human being ever thought, like if you were going to put money in this is why we need to do a tie-in with one of our, they're not a gaming app, right? Wink, wink. What they're called now?
Yes.
They're online gaming that you could put money towards and make money back from, right, Rob?
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
legal way to say it, right?
Legally, yes.
Legally. Now, no, if we could have set up a pool on one of these gaming apps, we would have made so much fucking money.
Did we say Gene Hackman was going to die?
No, but just not that Gene Hackman's not only going to die, but then you set all the parlays. Mysterious. Wife dies too.
Yeah.
Dog dies. One of 3 dogs die.
Yeah.
That's like $165,000 to 1 payout.
It is a really I've never seen anything like this.
We should set more of these up. We should do this where we should do a real death pool and set a super, super specific death.
Yeah.
And see if it pops up because this
It's like
is
craps when you vote for Snake when you try to go Snake Eyes.
You did this year, but he wasn't on the list.
no, of course not. Well, because with Gene Hackman, we
just
assumed
thought he
was,
wasn't going to die.
Well, I assumed he was going to pass, but I didn't think it would be with this much news attached to it.
Well, I think it makes sense. He's been in so many fucking mystery movies and thrillers, and like it's only fitting that he has a very mysterious death.
For those of you that don't know, I'm certain that everybody does. So Gene Hackman, when we grew up with Gene Hackman, he was legitimately an absolutely massive movie star.
No one was bigger. He was in almost every movie, and he was always a fucking badass.
Well, and it's funny because I think that as when you're watching him when you were younger, you didn't really kind of understand just how fucking good he. Now as an adult, looking back, I find it interesting that people talked about Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, all these other actors, but like Gene Hackman, the way he fucking holds that shit down.
He's got more Oscars than Pacino.
I just rewatched The French Connection. Holy shit, he's frightening in The French Connection.
Dude.
And you just look at these killers row. Superman, he was Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
He's the only good Lex Luthor, probably. I would say he was great. Oh, Ants.
Yeah, great
Everybody's
Ants.
favorite bug-based movie made by a pedophile.
You ever see Reds? So good. A Bridge Too Far. Unbelievable
Oh,
film.
yeah. Twilight's a good movie. They're all good. Extreme Measures is a good fucking movie.
Mississippi Burning.
His performance in The Birdcage is also absolutely
Great.
fantastic.
And Get Shorty. He's
But-
hilarious in Get Shorty.
And guess how he died? In the most mysterious way possible.
We don't even know how he died.
Now, this is truly, we kind of thought, like, normally the side stories curse hits and it sucks, but this was one of the first time we were like, good. Like, this allows some information to play out.
We've gotten a little bit.
But almost none.
Yeah.
We now know that Gene Hackman was found dead in his home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. He was connected to his whole community. He was found dead with him and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, 65 years old, 30 years younger, 95 years young, Gene Hackman. Yeah. And there was two different sides of the stories. There's one side of the story that said that the local restaurant that he used to go to all the time said that Gene Hackman, that he was starting to, his health was failing, and his wife was taking even more and more total control of his like day-to-day life.
They were becoming recluses.
That's what they were saying. They were slowly pulling away.
As you do when you're 95.
But the wife's 65, and they've specifically been very public for a very long time. They've been active members of that community for a long time. And his kids, Gene Hackman's surviving kids, they also said, we actually, last time we talked to our father, he was in really good shape. We talked to him. But interestingly enough, the kids had not talked to him for several months, which they said also was majorly out of character.
Yeah.
We now know that he was found dead. He was found, I believe, in his bathroom. We don't know exactly what it is. His mud room. And his wife was found, right? So they were found. He was found, was believed in the home's mud room. He had fallen suddenly. He was found wearing sweatpants, long sleeve t-shirt, and slippers.
Mud room is a good name for the bathroom, though, because you're just making mud in there, baby.
Not me. Sometimes I'm making rabbit pellets if I'm on my diet. Now, Arakawa was found in the bathroom near the front door of the house. The door to the bathroom was open. Arakawa was on the ground wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt. An opened orange prescription bottle and scattered pills were seen on a countertop near Arakawa. All right, a space heater was also seen near Arakawa's head. Now, this was the first thing. Now we also know that...
Was it on?
No. Now we also know that Gene Hackman was dead for at least 9 days.
At least. Now that's when the pacemaker stopped.
Yes. Still no public information about the toxicology reports on the wife, except for both... It was ruled that carbon monoxide was not what killed them.
Which is what it looked like.
Very much so.
Yeah.
That is what it looked like. And then you wonder, was it made to look like that?
Well,
certain pathologists saying that they don't think the companion suicide was... They don't know if it was mutual suicide.
They would be next to each other.
We don't know.
Why would they be separated?
Maybe one was more willing than the other. Mm-hmm. And then you've taken the pills and it's already too late.
It seems like to me, if I could armchair detective here,
you have to.
It looks like Hackman died and she killed herself.
That's what they're saying, but we don't quite know.
Why was the dog in the closet?
One of the weirdest factors of this whole thing. One of their 3 dogs was found dead in a closet of the bathroom where Arakawa's body was discovered.
It was in a kennel in the closet.
It was in a kennel in the closet. So we don't know what the hell it was. The other 2 dogs were found alive.
Assuming it starved to death?
Yeah, again, we're not quite certain. Has not been publicly released yet. Deputies found the door.
Do you autopsy a dog?
Well, if you're fun. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you got a free Wednesday. You know, like sometimes I'll just go do one. Yeah. They ask me to go in there, and I always go look for. I'm always around. I'm always getting in there. But you see, they found the door to Hackman and Arakawa's home unsecured and open.
Yeah, if it's open in a gated community, you're telling me there isn't security driving by these houses every goddamn day at some point?
I don't know, or if you're that closely paying attention. But it's also Gene Hackman. He was a known quantity in the room. He really was. They have 2 cell phones were collected. They are getting access to it. And then I love the end of this. It says, what movies was Gene Hackman in? And she's like, well, fuck you, CBS.
Yeah.
We don't need to do. You're CBS, okay? He's Gene Hackman.
Welcome to Mooseport, you piece of shit. That's all you get.
Get over it. Have you heard of the conversation? This is his house was beautiful.
Of course it was
really,
beautiful.
Really
It's in Santa Fe. It's Gene Hackman. It deserves a beautiful house. He put in the full... I know what? I always loved Gene Hackman because he didn't get famous until his 40s.
No, he was a real actor. Marine. He used to beat the fuck out of people.
Scary as hell.
Difficult man. Morgan Freeman said that he was the only actor he was ever physically afraid of.
But they're also great friends.
Yes, because he's one of those where if you busted his balls, he liked you a lot.
Yeah.
You know, he liked men who stood their ground.
Yeah.
You know, he was one of those guys.
If you were tough, but if he loved you, he loved you. And if he hated you, he fucking hated you.
But also old school, which I also like, old school hardcore Democrat.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't like they talked about. I was reading all about his
These fucking pussies are stealing our money.
He's just like-
I love that
He
shit.
did when he played Popeye Doyle, the police officer in The French Connection. He had to say a bunch of racial slurs, and apparently he had to be talked into it very hardcore by William Friedkin. And he said that he used to. William Friedkin is an asshole too, but he's also a great director.
Yeah.
And he used to torture Gene Hackman to get him angry. And if you watch that movie is wild, dude. That movie is.
The French Connection, you know, they use real bullets in the ending.
Yes.
And they're in the shootout in the end.
It's brutal. That is
Yeah.
and Gene Hackman is just so fucking good. It's just one of those where you forget what actors used to be like.
Yeah.
Like, and you watch them sometimes and you just like, because nowadays I feel like a lot of times I'll watch some actors and you can kind of, I don't know if anybody feels like this where you watch a movie and you feel like you see the script.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching someone, I'm just seeing lines of dialogue on a page. And when I'm watching Gene Hackman, I forget that he's an actor.
It's crazy because you think about Unforgiven. He's so terrifying and intimidating in that movie. And he's like in his mid to late 60s. That shit's crazy.
That's the movie Morgan Freeman said that he was desperately afraid of him on. And then also he was exceptional as Lex Luthor.
Oh, yeah.
As a comedic role. These just was one of those old school guys that could do it all. And I guess he left us just like he always did in the films, wanting more. So now we'll find out. We are going to find out. Obviously, this is going to be a story that rolls out over the next couple of weeks, longer and longer. I personally believe that why they are holding back some information on the wife is because they know something that we don't know.
Yeah.
And I think we will
Well,
find
it's
out.
an investigation.
Yes.
We shouldn't know anything yet.
We just don't.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
know very little.
Yeah, no, as we should. But man, but fucking nuts. Also,
Crazy, right?
the pacemaker thing, I think armchair medical examiner here.
He has to be.
Why do we put Wi-Fi in these things so we know when they stop? Everything else has Wi-Fi. You know, sprinklers have Wi-Fi.
I don't fucking know.
But but the thing is, like an Apple Watch. If he was wearing an Apple Watch,
Do I really
he'd
need to
be
have
fine.
another app?
He'd be
Do I
fine.
need to have an app connected to my fucking heart?
Well, it sounds like you're going to need a pacemaker.
I
pretty soon.
already do. I do need one. No, I don't know.
They can hook up to your Bluetooth.
Oh yeah,
This is what I'm saying.
great.
I don't need my dishwasher has an app.
I know, but this seems more important than your dishwasher.
I don't want any more apps. I'm done. I'm out.
I think, but I'm saying if you did get one more app for your pacemaker, you might want it.
No, actually, unfortunately, Marcus already talked me into one. He was working on one. He said, "Have you tried this new app? It's been helping him emotionally regulate." And I was like, "What is it?" And he's like, "Have you heard of this thing called Grindr?" And I have just been so busy with these therapists I keep meeting.
Yeah, you got to talk to these guys.
Do these guys work with BetterHelp? Because some of these guys are rough around the edges.
Yeah, I like Grinder was great for me, but I like a female therapist, and so there were so few on there.
You ever go on Snapper?
Oh no, I haven't been
it's
on
for
Snapper.
lesbians. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Snapper's great. Snapper's one of my favorite. It's called
It's real.
Yeah, no, I actually did not know that was real. No, I did not know. No, Snapper is what I was making up because I was going to say you can sign up for a cunt of the day.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Really forward thinking on Snap.
They're not a sponsor.
They're not a sponsor, but if you want to get snapped, go ahead and get that app.
Absolutely, Snapper.
Barely even know her.
Perfect.
Okay, so let's get to some. Oh, and shout out David Johansen. We love you.
Yeah, we miss you. Also, you know what I want to say about David Johansen's death?
What?
Nobody had the balls to call him Buster Poindexter. That's
No.
how I knew him.
That's how you knew it.
I didn't even know the New York Dolls existed until I met Marcus Parks. The only person I knew was Buster Poindexter, and that was my David Bowie.
But he wasn't listed as that in Scrooge.
No, he never was. He should have been.
Yes.
I thought he was Buster Poindexter. And I don't know why we've all decided to forget about Buster Poindexter.
Well, now that he's dead and he's in hell, you know what he's saying. Hot, hot, hot.
I don't think he's in hell.
No, he's probably in there's
dirt.
Nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah, so there's fucking
nothing.
dirt.
Yeah,
No.
there's nothing. He's
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah, he's ensconced in silence.
Yeah, but Great guy. All right, Pope's dead. Jane Hackman's dead. Casey Anthony's a bitch.
Yeah, let's cover real quick. Chicago has this fucking. We just wanted to quickly touch upon what I think might be one. I looked this up. One of the youngest serial killers ever.
Yeah.
They are now applying 6 homicides to this young man.
Antonio Reyes.
Yes, Antonio Reyes. Now, this was in Chicago.
He's been in jail for 5 years now, and he tried to kill his cellmate when he was in jail.
Yeah, this guy is, I'm going to say, irate.
Yeah.
And it is, he came out there. They think there's 5 new charges are just been brought against him. He was already in custody, and they are describing the murders as serial murderers, not that Angelo, not that Reyes. You just pull that up. No, not the soccer player, not the famous soccer player. No. And yeah, he did try to kill his roommate. I'm going to call him
Cellmate.
roommate.
All right, fine. You're
Just
right.
for fun.
Yeah.
His roommate.
Yeah. His roommate.
Yeah, with roommates like these, who need cellmates?
Yeah. Shanks for the memories.
Yep.
All right. So, but so he's killed 5 other people. He killed 6 people total. But the thing is that's driving me crazy about this is these all seem like not passion, but like in the heat of the moment kills.
I am going to say that now that I'm really diving into this, he's a spree killer more than anything else than a serial killer.
This takes place from March 2nd of 2020 to November 9th of 2020.
Yes, he shot people. He shot one group of people while trying to kill someone specifically. He was trying to kill a 16-year-old boy and then killed 3 other kids that were in the car with him.
No, he didn't kill the kids. The kids, he's getting caught for, he killed the 31-year-old father. And then the kids that were in the car were, he's getting attempted murder for those.
Okay, he just got him.
Yeah.
He's tagged him.
Yeah, they all lived.
But he's still like, a lot of this seems to be, I am going to say now that I'm looking at this, a lot of this might be gang activity and some kind of other type of personal
But he
beats.
didn't rob these people.
I don't think it could be past that. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's not about
the cops
direct
think
attack.
it's random. That's why it took so long to find the motherfucker.
See, that'll be very, very interesting, and that's not good.
And then you call it first-degree murder. I feel like that's like a problem because I don't know if they are necessarily first-degree murders.
Yeah, I mean, unless it is, I believe if he walks out and purposely goes to shoot people in general, that's enough to be considered first degree. If he is, that normally it's if you did not leave the house that day thinking you were going to kill somebody, it can be anything but first degree.
Yeah.
Like if it happens on accident,
I
if
don't
it
know
happens
if he
during a
did.
fight.
I think he just had a gun on him and got an argument on road rage or some shit.
It sounds like, though, if they're saying it's first degree, they think that maybe, one victim was killed when he went to the gas station to buy a pop. Another victim was sitting in a parked car with a friend on Palm Sunday afternoon. Another victim's only crime was taking his family to buy a new puppy. So
That's the guy who was killed in front of his kids. They were on their way to buy a new puppy.
Did they get the puppy?
I hope they fucking better have.
Honestly, I'd say you
I'm
should,
sure there's a puppy.
You're gonna have to get
sure
3
it's the one
puppies.
thing they fucking have is
You're gonna
a
have to-
puppy.
I mean, you're gonna have
now
to-
it's a dog, and it's probably neglected.
Yep,
But
it's very sad, very, very sad. But it's just like, it sounds like he did just kind of randomly decide to shoot people, which...
And it's the south side of Chicago, and unfortunately, there's a shit ton of murders there, especially in 2020.
Oh, yes.
And this is during COVID that he's doing all this. And like the beginning of COVID. And so it's harder for people to get caught, and it takes this long to find. I wonder if we're going to find more people like this. Spree killers during COVID that we weren't able to catch because everyone's busy with fucking riots in the street and shit like that, and just like fucking people dying in the hospitals.
It has been 5 years, though, so I actually don't know at this point how much... I just think that this is just crazy because it really is so deeply disconnected.
Yeah.
And so that is so hard. And you're right, it is extremely hard to prosecute these crimes.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard.
But they got the gun lined up with bullets from multiple victims, and it is his gun, so it seems like we can go ahead. I mean, he's going to stand trial, of course, and they're allegedly. But yeah. But yeah, no, it is this fella here is an a heap of trouble for killing a bunch of people.
Yeah, and he as he should.
I think he's more of a serial because I think a lot of times when the younger people in like south side of Chicago and places like that, it's usually gang activity, and this doesn't seem like it is.
Or it's somebody that is taking advantage of the rampant gang activity in order to go and get some sick tension off of himself, shooting at people, and then imagining it could all be swept under the rug as gang activity.
Yeah, which seems like what happened here.
Yep.
But yeah, fucking nuts.
Yeah, it is great. This is great. It's a crazy story. It will be developing. And then we have another story that is also developing. Here in Los Angeles, there is a gnome.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
now, I'm not going to say in what area of town this is. But it is in the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah, it was the gnome was caught, I believe.
It did appear upon my next door. One of my favorite apps in the world.
I'm a Citizen boy.
Citizen is getting less reliable.
Yes.
No,
there is
Nextdoor-
straight lies on Citizen.
And what's nice about Nextdoor is that you really, really get to find out who thinks that every black person is a criminal. Because
Citizen has that.
Oh, yes, it does. It does. Nextdoor is a special place filled with the hermits of various neighborhoods of Los Angeles. And God, I love them. And this man went on a posting spree saying that he believed he had evidence of a gnome harassing him outside of his home.
Yeah.
Now, if you could just see, we're going to show this on the. You'll see it as it comes up, and there's no real news. This is not a national news. I sent this to you in an email.
Right.
Rob.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
No. This
you
is
cannot
not.
Google and find this.
No,
this
people
is an
are
exclusive,
afraid.
I believe.
Yeah, people are genuinely very, very afraid of this gnome and don't want to get themselves involved, Rob.
It is.
And as you can see right here, clear as day, this person posted what could only be a picture of a gnome in a Ring camera because nobody would wear such a tall, pointy hat.
And have a weird little butt like this.
Unless it's me. But my hat was in the shop.
It is a onesie.
And I wasn't there when this picture was taken because it actually has the timestamps on it.
It is definitely a little person.
It is a gnome, Eddie.
Yeah.
It is absolutely and utterly a gnome. And I don't think that you understand how important this is. How it seems that the gnome has been caught.
Yeah. The gnome is caught.
So the same person.
What did the gnome do? Why are we catching it? Why are we just letting it be a gnome?
It was dinging and dashing.
Digging and dashing?
Dinging and dashing?
Oh, dinging and dashing?
Yes, one of the worst crimes you can do in any suburb of San Fernando Valley.
Hitting a doorbell and leaving?
Yes.
That should be allowed.
One of the scariest crimes a gnome can do. But now it seems that he has escalated according to this article posted by the same poster not 2 days later. As you can see, my God, finally it's been caught. On the 27th, a naked man assaulted a 63-year-old woman outside her home.
Do we know it's the same? How do we know it's the same gnome?
It's posted by the same man, Eddie.
But there's no way to know that this is the gnome.
This man declares that it must be the gnome.
The man who attacked the woman, though, was not dressed like a gnome.
No, naked.
He was naked.
Naked as the new dawn.
I think that
He was
this person has a lot of
naked-
crime next to their house.
No, I think that this guy, he does like to post videos of the helicopters. I have been following this man. I don't want to even name him because then you'll find out where he lives. I've been following him. I actually specifically follow his account because of his posting. This is also the man that posted the mysterious picture of the apple that said that people were harassing him in our neighborhood.
Oh.
And this man is scared.
He's calling it on himself at this point. At this point, I want to harass him.
I think that I do too, Eddie. I do too. But yes, he is connecting these two crimes.
Okay.
And I don't know if it is indeed real. But he does firmly believe in the gnome.
How do we get Terry the gnome to give this guy a call?
I think that Terry the gnome, you'd know if it was Terry the gnome because he'd be naked. He would have been the naked one. Fucking a mailbox. Just like Terry the gnome is supposed to be. Stealing lemons, even though you got a sign that says, leave my lemons alone.
It's the scurvy.
That's what to Terry the gnome. He's just like, I like edging my scurvy. Love Terry.
Oh, man. Does Terry ever have get with old ladies or?
the hardest part about let's say a mature, full-size human is that a lot of times, you know me, I'm Terry. I give my all.
Yeah.
If I'm fucking from the tip of my gnome feet to the very top of my gnome hat. Right? I throw it all in. I am like a bucking liquid metal cobra up against any woman's pubic muscle, right? I go right up against that bone.
Does it matter how big they are?
No, but find that if they're a little bit more mature, I slide all the way in.
Yeah. And then what?
I got to dig my way out like that guy in the whale. Like
You mean Pinocchio?
Yeah, the guy in that video you guys showed the other day. I gotta find the light. You know what I mean? Like a plant. So that's why normally I stick.
gnome?
That's why I stick to Shih Tzus.
Yeah. That's because of the anal sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Yep,
do you
can't
know
get 'em
this guy?
pregnant.
Do you know this guy? Is he part of the gnome community?
He's a part of the gnome illegal alien. I'm gonna call gnome ice on him. That's what he needs.
No, this is not. This is according to the man that posted this.
Yeah.
This is not my picture, but was an image sent to me by one of my neighbors on this app who lives in the community. It was captured on their Ring camera. If you have any information on who this is, please contact me. I am building up a case to take to the LAPD. He is talking about being dinged and dashed by a gnome.
Yeah.
And that he's building this case against this gnome.
And it is just like a picture of maybe a child running through the street with a gnome hat and a bodysuit.
It could be. It could be Eddie. It really could be. Or this is the loneliest man in the world.
Oh my God.
And he is desperate for our outreach.
Yeah. Oh, well, we should definitely reach out and at least, come over and ring the doorbell.
I want to go. God, I want to just go. We got to get a hat. I'll find his address.
Yeah, we got to
I find out exactly where you live.
You can find this guy. That's the whole point of Nextdoor, is so
Yes.
you can find the people that post these ridiculous things.
You should be putting your straight up. Just also, this is a good little lesson for everybody.
People keep commenting on them, wondering
A
what
case
crime
of
they're
what
committing.
to LAPD. They're all like, yeah, everybody, all the people are commenting as if it's real. Yeah.
It's a lot of comments.
And he takes the time to respond to all of them.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
I love it. Chris W. says, looks like he thinks he's a Teletubby from the back. Be very careful. This is the original poster. Take that up, Rob. Original poster. Chris, is this a joke? Look at my other posts. It's a man in a gnome costume. God, I love Nextdoor.
You're so upset.
I love it. God, it's
Do you
just,
feel safe in your neighborhood?
yeah, I'm the most dangerous person. I saw the same thing in Fresno 4 years ago, according to Tony Starks. Hi, Tony. This is interesting. Please explain.
Is this
That
a
was
joke?
his response.
LOL. No, this is not a joke. Please see my other posts.
This is a real issue in our community. I just ran the video. God, I love this guy. Maybe he's out there. So just check on
What
your
did
local
Owens
gnomes,
eat?
see if they're okay. Pussy.
Oh, okay, good.
Let's move on. Now we have. All right, do we have anything else we want to cover before I get to some letters?
Well, there is the guy who blew up the people's house that he went to the wedding of.
I mean, it's just kind of funny because it really is just that story. It's like, because I was looking into it, there's no connection between that. Like, a couple got married.
I think you can assume he was in love with the bride.
It seemed like that. A guy left in the middle of the ceremony
Yeah.
with jugs and jugs of gasoline. Filled the house of the
With
married
gasoline.
with house, and then blew up the house with himself inside of it.
Yeah. I think he died on accident, though. I don't think it was a suicide.
Yeah, I feel like it was maybe his first time blowing something up.
Yeah, it was his first, and so it didn't work out. But Ton Davis and Eleni Vredos were getting married when their residence exploded, killing Anthony Avelia Puebla inside as well. Yes, the wedding guest who disappeared halfway through the festivities had snuck out to the happy couple's Illinois home and blew it up. Right in the middle of the wedding.
Hey, man, I mean, that's how you know they're out of the house.
Yeah, no, this is not a murder. This is definitely just very upset with the people getting married, even though he was invited.
See, that's the thing, is that he was so things were good enough to invite him, or they felt weird about, maybe they thought he was so out of pocket, we got to invite him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but he blew up these people's house. I'm feel bad. Also in Chicago, busy week for Chicago. But yeah, a GoFundMe is set up for the couple who lost their house and 6 cats.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
the cats make me
the cats are sad. He blew up all the cats.
There's no reason for that. There's just so many other ways to get revenge.
Oh wow, the GoFundMe already raised $62,000.
It's a really good way to get revenge, fellas. If you got problems like that, you got to seduce one of the bridesmaids.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I say go for the groom's mom.
Oh, fuck. If you fuck
Yeah.
the groom's mother.
Because she's definitely, especially if she's, a widow or something.
Has anybody ever had that side stories, lpotl@gmail.com? Has anybody had their mom get fucked by somebody at a wedding?
At their own wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. I feel like that's a good story to pass around.
Nothing would make me happier.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
yeah.
heard anything like that. I've seen
Obviously-
documentaries. I've seen videos.
Yeah, and not at the wedding, at the hotel room later on after the wedding.
Or at the wedding.
I don't think, if it happens at the wedding, maybe you keep that a secret.
Honestly, how crazy fun would that be?
Yeah.
Think about this. Like, I know
Just
that your
laying
beloved mom,
across
like,
the mashed potato bar.
Can
just
I ask you-
laid out.
honestly, how would you feel if your good friend, Mr. Pastrami, if he went, like, you love Mr. Pastrami.
Well, I think we need to pick someone else because we've been friends with my family since 6 years old.
But that's how he
It's
set
a little
the,
too-
that's
it's a
how
little
he
too
set
close.
the bond. Oh, okay, so
It's a little too close. We need someone like Travis.
Travis Irvine.
Travis Irvine, I
So-
feel like is a good one.
And he's probably most likely, I think of anybody on the staff or anybody I've ever known, he's the one most likely to have sex
I
with
think
an older, elderly woman at a wedding.
Yeah. He
That's a
is
member
like-
of a family.
He's not a prostitute,
It's
but he
not a
will
bad
have
way.
sex for I don't know,
Donuts.
donuts. Yeah, dinner.
He's
yeah.
a professional producer and an editor, so he does
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah, he doesn't need your money.
No, but he wants your sex. But Travis Irvine, I think, like, how would you feel like if your mom was still alive and you love your mother and your mom got tipsy at the wedding
Yeah.
and Travis hooked up with her?
I mean,
Like,
as long
if-
as he's nice to her.
You'd be fine with it.
I think so, actually, oddly enough. I mean, as long as, he's not leading her on and she doesn't fall in love and he breaks her heart, that would piss me off.
Why does that make me? I feel like it's weird of the idea of that if they attempted to date, that's so much worse than just banging it out.
I say, if as long as mom's on the board for banging it out, I think that's fine. But, you can't, bang her out and then she get too attached.
Oh yeah, because then you're seeing them at
Because
Thanksgiving.
I feel
you're
like that's
seeing
what would
them at
happen.
Christmas.
That would happen to my mom. But I'm down to see him at Thanksgiving and Christmas. But then that's a whole nother thing. You have to be a good person and a good father to me.
That's the thing is that was like I was saying it about Marcus's mom in a way, about how she's so friendly and she's so sweet. And it's like it just gets to a point where it's like, it would be kind of fun to be like Marcus's dad. It'd be kind of fun to get in there and just show up. I mean, like, as your father, I feel like, and I just like to just see the reaction.
Yeah.
Just because it's fun to do. Mm-hmm. But I think
Who do
if
we
somebody
know has a single mom?
my mom,
Rob? Both
my
your
mom's
parents are
almost
alive, right?
I was going to say Henry.
well, almost single, but no, my dad's still alive.
Yeah.
Technically, she refuses to flirt. She has many options.
I mean, but this is a good idea, though. Travis is obviously is the
I
best.
love Travis,
is
and
the
we do pay Travis, but they need more money.
Yeah.
You're fucking
So
my
someone
mother.
a little more well off.
I need.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kumail. We love Emily.
Emily, you're wonderful.
Sure.
Emily Gordon.
Whatever, Emily. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Kumail,
Yeah.
please. I have your email address. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna reveal to the world your phone number and email address unless I'm holding your personal information hostage.
Yeah.
You look great.
So attractive.
I mean this right
Also,
now. Someone
just a
needs to
good
send this
man.
to him. Send this
Yeah.
to him. If you don't have sex with my mom
Please, Kumail.
and join my family.
You have I'd say at least a couple years.
Yes.
Yeah, until we're ready for you.
I'm gonna dox you.
Yeah.
So I need you to be with my mother.
I think that if you don't sleep with Henry's mother, we are going to release your personal information. on the show.
Unfortunately, and I don't want it to be like this. You're forcing me to do this, Kamal. Your lack of responsibility.
You should not have gotten so in shape.
You are forcing me. You are forcing my hand.
Yes. And Henry's mother? Eternal. That was a movie he was in.
Oh, sure.
The Eternals.
It was one. It was. I got through about a solid 15 minutes of it, and I was happy that he is doing well.
Yeah.
I'm extremely happy
It's
that
not bad.
It's
not bad.
It sucks, Rob.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. But
And if you fuck
he's a
Henry's
good-
mom, Henry will
love it.
finish watching the movie.
I promise
he
you.
promises to finish.
I promise you. I will, Kumail.
And
You're
when
my
you
friend.
finish, he finishes.
And guess what? I'll even do you one better. I'll throw a letterboxd review for Stuber on there as well. If you could do that, please. Because my mom won't know what hit her. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for helping me with this.
God,
if you
look
could.
at his arms.
No, he's doing great. God. He's very, very well. I technically should just text him.
We should get him in here.
I'd love to, of course.
I'd love to.
He's
Not-
doing the rounds.
Probably not anymore.
Oh, whatever. Oh, whatever. He can fucking he should be so lucky to fuck my mother. All right, she's good at making food. Fucking cut some of this. Fucking you're too good looking. Come on. All right.
All right, we'll make
right.
a clip and tag him and see what he says.
Yeah, let's see what it does. Now, let's go back. Let's get some letters. Sadly, right before I saw this, I saw a headline that says 10-year-old boy crushed to death by 340-pound foster mom after she sat at him for just misbehaving. But we're just going to move on.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to...
That happens every day.
It does. I mean, Wendy just knows to get out of the way.
She really does. What's wrong?
It's just laughing
About
laughing
Kumail
about
fucking your
that.
mom?
No, a lot of things. It's a lot of things. All right.
About Wendy not getting crushed by you on a regular
But how is
basis?
I blame the boy. You know what I mean? That's what I just did. I blame
Yeah, no.
Now, I got a couple of great listener emails about Mormonism. I was saying before I was going to save it. I wasn't going to save it, but I might actually save it. Just because I did find out within the confines of marriage, blowjobs are okay. They're just not that technically prevalent.
Okay.
But they say you can do whatever you want within a Mormon marriage.
Okay.
You also can't, you can legally get divorced, but your spirit's forever bound. So you just get to see your
So it doesn't
ex-husband.
even matter?
No, when you die.
That's worse.
Oh yeah, of course. It's all much worse. If you die, your soul is already bonded to your husband, and then you end up on the planet that he inherits and becomes god of. And so that's why every single time I've received so many emails as we're covering Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow about you're painting Mormonism in broad strokes and blah blah blah. But I'm gonna have you know, even you normal Mormons are weird.
See, that's the thing with these Mormons, man. If they were Catholic, they could be like the Pope and have their lungs filled with cum.
Guys. All right, and Catholicism's got all the fucking shit too, dude. They got all the fucking same garbage that you guys have, and it's 1,000 years older, and people don't think you're a weird pervert when you tell them you got fucking, then you're in it. All right, unless you're in charge of it.
It seems like there's everybody's like a different type of Mormon,
There's
too.
many
So,
stripes of Mormon, and they're different. Each wards are different, households are different. Everybody plays fast and loose kind of with the rules. But technically, if you call yourself a capital M Mormon, no matter what you personally believe, you're on the same bus as the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember that. So you can't, as much as you want to be like, we're better than the others, no, you ain't.
No. I mean, all religion is silly.
They're all wrong. They're all fake.
Even atheists, I can't stand.
Hate everything.
Like, as an
all of
atheist,
it.
I don't like atheists.
Yes, hate all of
They're
it.
so annoying.
Everybody can go fuck themselves.
Yep.
I'm just in a mood today.
Yeah, you are.
All right, let's get these. This actually, I like when I'm accidentally right. Of course.
Yeah. What did you say? How were you accidentally right?
About twisting the radio dials. I've been an ICU nurse in Florida for almost a decade, so I've seen some shit. But Henry discussing how to revive a woman by twisting the nips is actually not totally out there.
Whoa!
Some patients like to fake seizures to receive medication for funsies. This can terrify new nurses witnessing these seizures, as the patients usually go full-fledged movie dramatic with them.
How long can you fake a seizure for? It's got to be tiring.
How long are you willing to go to get your Ativan? You know what I mean? Like they just
Phenobarbital, baby.
They just flop around, man. They want it, right? Now, after some years of experience with this, you start to learn tricks to be sure they're having a genuine seizure. Most commonly, we lift our arm over their face and let go. If you're with it, you won't let your arm smack yourself in the face. We can tickle your eyelashes and see if you grimace or pull back.
Okay.
Really anything that takes effort that you can't control during a real seizure.
So they poke them in the eye to see if they fucking react.
Come on, yeah, can you imagine doing that to a guy with him? Like, oh, I guess he is really having a seizure. Ow, ow, oh, ow.
I guess they won't remember.
No. I've witnessed on more than one occasion some old school nurses who are clearly tired of the bullshit do the good old radio dial twist, though. There's nothing quite like watching someone faking a seizure absolutely lose their mind after an old woman just straight up yanks the hell out of their nipple. While it's not exactly moral or ethically the right option, I will say it works. And I'll say when it comes to fucking emergency medicine, a W is a W.
All right.
That's what it says. According to, again, this is Google AI.
So we don't know if this is real or not.
It says a nurse is not allowed to twist your nipples under any circumstances. Hey, my health insurance is going to do whatever the fuck it is I want it to
Yeah,
do.
no, you gotta
all right,
stay
and
alive.
so yeah, if I'm coming out of here with a $150,000 fucking bill, you better play with my goddamn nipples.
Yeah,
and
wake
you better
me
make
up.
me come too.
You don't have to make them come. It takes too long.
At least then I'll feel like I'm in church.
Amen.
Come.
I
I
got a letter this week. And then
Oh.
old dogs.
A, B, C, D.
I said a letter. E. I know Ed's struggle. It's all too real. We're biased as a family and have a wonderful dog come into our lives that just won't pass away.
Just will not die. It's like the Pope.
We were friends with a family who had 4 border collies and sadly had to move across the country and decided to drive. It was fine for 3 of the youngest dogs, but at the stage of Sky, who was 16 at the time, coming to the end of their life, the family was unsure what to do. We offered to take in Sky as part of our family because hell, she can't have that much left of a mortal coil, could she? Well, she was brought over to the family, gave us a bag of dog food, and said donate the rest when Sky passed. 5 years later,
Fuck!
she's still with us. Don't get me wrong.
That dog could buy a beer.
Yeah. Sky is the best dog a guy would want. She's loyal, beautiful, and kind. There is a point where we had to poke her every other day to make sure she's still with us. She was a soul in a waking undead corpse. Miss her every day, but don't miss the zombie breath.
Aw, that's my favorite.
I love that. Hail Sky. That's
Aw.
beautiful. I love old dogs. I don't think I ever want to have a puppy. I don't want to ever have a puppy.
Natalie and I have talked about this, and what we want to do, honestly, switch back and forth.
Okay.
The next dog we get is going to be a puppy,
Yeah.
and the one after that will be an older rescue.
I'd like to rent a puppy.
Why? Just so you could...
Play with it for a little bit and then give it back.
Foster.
Yeah, you could foster it.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, you just don't pay.
And then I can
if
call it,
anybody
and then
le-
it sounds like I'm doing something good.
if anybody lets you rent a dog,
Yeah,
don't do that.
I would rather pay them for the dog and rent it than me have to like really care about it.
so you wanted to treat it like a prostitute, like it's a sex
substitute.
worker.
A puppy.
So that's the idea. So it's a transactional
Yes.
relationship between you and the puppy. Because you remember Everyday Love, you don't pay the puppy to show up, you pay the puppy to leave. All right? And you're going to live your life knowing, yeah, I could get puppies if I wanted to, but if I pay them, honestly, it's just a little bit easier for me. And me and my pupstitute, we laugh ourselves to sleep each night because I know in the morning, she'll be gone.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And you'll be sitting there getting watched by the ghost of Norbert.
Man, Norbert's a fucking ghost, dude.
Yeah.
And they just keep bringing up his fucking corpse.
Well, of course, he's a star.
He's dead.
We talked about Gene Hackman today. He's dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. You watched his movie.
I did.
You know?
Norbert doesn't have a movie.
If you put all of the fucking Instagram reels together, I bet it's an hour and a half.
But I would enjoy if Norbert did play a racist police officer. I do think that would be incredible. So check us out at patreon.com. Patreon.com/podcast on the left. You can pay to watch us yell. It's easy to do.
Yes.
All it takes is money.
Also, Side Stories is available on video on YouTube about 2 or 3 days after we release. So go make sure you watch that if you want to see us yell at each other and
Yes.
swallow each other's spit.
That's our job.
Huntsville, I'm coming for you, NASA. Oh my gosh. Von Braun Center, the new, the wonderful.
Dar, the
How did
American
I
hero.
not know? We've been talking about. I feel like such a fucking idiot.
Nope, we are.
Yes.
We are ready
He
to
is the
celebrate.
hero of Alabama.
Yes.
Is the Nazi scientist Werner von
We
Braun.
made him American.
We're going to his center, and we are performing there for the ghost of Werner, and we're going to be there on March 16th. That's a Sunday. We're going to be there.
And I mean, you're going to want to come out for this because I have no idea what we're going to do. We are going to have so much fun, and we're probably going to have enough people that we could hang out and shit afterwards.
Yeah.
So come out to see Huntsville. We're going to have a fucking blast. And you can get those tickets on lastpodcastontheleft.com.
Also, more Side Story shows are coming down the pipe. We're going to announce a couple more eventually, but we have 2 in Florida in May. Make sure you come out to those. We got Dania Beach on May 7th and Orlando, Florida on May 8th. I can't wait. That Dania Beach show is going to be amazing.
It's gonna be fun.
All my school friends are coming there.
Yeah,
That's
like
where I
literally-
went to high school.
It's gonna be such a funny
blast.
time, yeah.
It's going to be hilarious. People are going to be making fun of me from the fucking audience because they all know me personally. Make sure you come and check that out. It's going to be amazing. And then, of course, we're going to be at Contact at the Desert this year from May 29th to June 2nd. Not sure what day we're performing, but go for the whole time. You'll
We
have
will-
a fucking amazing time.
We're definitely at least doing it. We're doing 2 days of stuff.
Yeah.
So we will be there throughout the entire weekend. So please just come check it out. And we will have more specific information over the next month.
And, of course, the wonderful Crime Wave.
Oh, crimewaveetsea.com. We're all going to be stuck on a boat
/left.
together. Thank you. Come and watch us all be stuck on a boat together. We're going to have a lot of laughter.
Oh, my gosh.
And I imagine some dead white women,
oh, at least.
which is what we all traffic on.
They told me that there's a morgue on the boat.
We are going to go. They're going to let me. We're
We're going to do a show there.
They said I could do an autopsy.
Yeah.
So I hope one of you die.
If one of you die on the boat, Henry and I get to cut you.
If you're a Patreon subscriber.
Yes.
So if you go to patreon.com/lastpodcastontheleft, you too can have your organs played with by Henry Zabrowski.
I don't play with them. I take it very seriously.
He works with them.
Yeah. I take the blood.
Well, hail Satan, everyone.
Hail Gene Hackman again.
See you in hell, Pope.